But you guys just woke up one day and said, I want to do something.
Yep.
Right.
I just want to do something. You didn't even know what it was, but you played around. And then boom, you found your niche, you found your heart, you found your passion. And here you are today on the Chaos Project telling the world
That's right.
about
Yep.
what is going on in your garage.
So, pretty big events here. We just had a new president-elect. We just had an election.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are comfortable with touching
Oh,
on that or not.
Absolutely.
I voted for Kanye myself.
Yeah. Kanye.
But it was a write-in.
Yeah, I wrote my name in.
Yeah.
Why not?
But,
I got 5 votes myself.
Did you?
I got 5 votes. Yeah. Future president of the United States.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, my motto this year was, make groceries cheap again.
Yeah, no kidding.
right on, bro.
Yep.
Right on.
My goodness.
Oh, make groceries cheap again. That's good. I like that.
We can make hats. We can make hats.
Yeah, we can do that. We can design one
Yeah.
So,
this afternoon.
Oh, bro. Yeah. Big get
Yeah.
t-shirt.
so
Oh, yeah.
We don't really get a chance to talk about politics too much. Whenever we do talk about politics, Billy kind of loses his shit a little bit, which is hilarious to me. But man, if y'all want to talk about that, we can, man. I mean, my mind was kind of drifting towards civil service. Like is the country in a better place now than it was 10 years ago? How do we get back on track? If it's not, how do we get back on track? It is great.
Yeah.
Right? We had a couple business owners in here and we're talking about making money. And he does remember Sam?
Yeah.
He owns a construction company, man. And I was like, how much is enough? And when you know you made it, even when you think you've made it, I mean, is that really purposeful? Like, I can make $100,000 a year, but did I find purpose in it?
Yeah.
Right? I got fucking bored.
Yeah.
I got bored. Right? It wasn't challenging to me, and I need a challenge. I need something to fix. I need a project. I need purpose. But man, what would you think about civil service in this country? How do you think that would affect the country? I mean, and we've all got kids, right? But maybe citizenship for civil service. Not everybody's meant to have a college degree, but not everybody's meant to be a trigger puller either.
Yeah.
Right.
But everyone's meant to work and provide if you're physically capable.
Yeah.
Whatever. This great culture, this great economy that we have, it doesn't work if half the people sit around and just wait for the government to pay their bills. I don't know where that comes from, but it seems to be happening more and more.
well, work gives people purpose.
Absolutely.
Regardless, of what it actually is. As long as you can find that passion, and do work, it could be volunteer work.
Right.
You're still generating a purpose, and I think we lose focus on that a lot. And what is your passion? What is your purpose? What are you trying to achieve? And obviously you want to try to do something that's going to generate an income, right?
Right.
You don't want to just sit around and wait for other people.
Right.
I wasn't built that way. Having someone hand me charity was almost like an insult. I even when I found myself unemployed, I've never to this day drawn an unemployment check. I just couldn't do it, and it was probably stupid. I mean, that's what that stuff's there for, to help.
Right.
It's a help out, not a help out. But just like we were talking about here, just finding that purpose.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot in some of the work that we do.
Mm-hmm.
Purpose is a driving point for getting out of bed in the morning. Purpose is taking that which I think and believe God put inside of you already, and He wants it to bubble out. Because I like to use the word fulfillment, like you did. Fulfillment is more than just success. Fulfillment is finding that one thing that just jazzes you, man. And whether you're making big bucks doing it or not, I love it.
This is what we love so much about Echo 5, right? So we started this in 2017 in the garage at Jamie's place, and we didn't know what we were going to do. All right, so we kind of did everything in reverse, right? So Echo 5, we decided that's what we're going to call it. This is what makes sense. We made a logo, right? And we just sat there. And for years, we kind of grew a bit of an audience on social media, and we started using that to just do things with veterans, right? Get veterans together, Veterans Day event, meetups here and there. But we knew eventually we were gonna once we figure out what we want to do to make money, to earn, we knew that eventually we would figure that out. And we sat on it, and we kicked how many different ideas. We were thinking at one point going into the survival,
I remember that,
outdoor realm. Making little different things that we just tinkered with different things. We're making little,
these little
kits for if you was out camping, little survival kit, little spices and what little things like that, and we couldn't quite figure out what would stick, right? So the goal was always to grow enough of a community around the veterans in the area where we have a big enough platform where we can start doing things like promote veteran businesses and use the reach that we work so hard to get on our social medias to give that back to the community, right? If you've got 10 people that follow your page and we need to get the word out on Chaos Project, and my reach can go 10 million, people on any given post. We knew we were going to want to do something like that, but we also had to make some money at some point. Right. So that's when, I don't even remember exactly how we just were sitting there and we said, you know what, we can buy some fucking laser machines and start making something cool, So we bought our first laser. We started burning dog tags and we were buying these patches. Matter of fact, old first sergeant buddy of mine that I served with, he had a laser that he was making products with. So we started buying them from him because we had a little rinky-dink little laser. Couldn't really do that, right?
Learning curves.
Yes. So, we're getting this leather and we start tinkering with this leather and our other lasers and we just couldn't get it right. So we eventually had to, upgrade our equipment.
Right.
So by the time we did that, we stopped having to buy our material. We buy our materials and we started making everything. So once we figured out what we knew we could do,
right.
Everyone likes a hat, Now we can grow even more of our community there, right? Mm-hmm. So the bigger we get on that end, the more we can do for the veteran community, the more we can promote veteran business, the more we can donate. Gary Sinise, he's the only one we donate to just because we believe in him so much and we know where that money's going. Certain other organizations we won't say out loud, but I know you know what I'm talking about. We want to see the donations that we give. We want to know that they're going to exactly that.
You want to see them put to work.
We want to see them working, So we do as much as we can. As far as monetary donations go, obviously we can't send 100 Gold Star families to Disney World off of what we donate, but Gary Sinise, he can do that.
He can.
And we can help him, we can contribute at least a little bit to that.
Sure.
So, and that's just kind of what we do. We knew once we found something that we could do, that we could sell, it's only going to help us do more of what we want to do. Cause that's the whole purpose of it, really,
And that is what is so cool about being where we are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In America.
Exactly. Yep.
You couldn't do that in most of the third world countries or even the larger. There are other first world countries.
Yeah.
But you still couldn't do that.
Exactly.
Because the government controls everything. But you guys just woke up one day and said, I want to do something.
Yep.
Right.
I just want to do something. You didn't even know what it was, but you played around. And then boom, you found your niche, you found your heart, you found your passion. And here you are today on the Chaos Project telling the world
That's right.
about
Yep.
what is going on in your garage.
This logo sat in our heads and on the internet. We didn't even have any. There was a point where we had the logo, but we had zero anything made from it other than just the logo. And then there's the logo on the picture on the Facebook or whatever. And we had nothing that had our logo on it. And 6 years we sat there like that. And then the day we said hats and we're gonna go and file it for an official business, the next day. Was it the next day?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a Saturday. We decided, okay, we're gonna file this and we're gonna make it an official business. Monday morning,
Went down there and
did it.
filed
So to your point, right? Where else can you do that?
Right.
Where else can you say, I've got this business that I've been not a business, for 6-7 years. Well, we're gonna make it a business.
Right.
Within 24 hours, you can have that done.
And that's why I love my vets.
Yeah.
Because most folks know I'm a pastor, and one of the things that I constantly remind my congregation of is be grateful that we're here today, because somebody died so we could meet.
Yeah.
Somebody gave their life. In fact, there are still people right now guarding this country. They're fighting for us, and it irritates the fire. It irritates the fire out of me when these young people just want freebie, freebie, freebie. I don't want to work. I want my safe space. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
When we have men and women giving their lives, literally, so that we have the privilege of having food in our homes, and men like you who wake up one day with an idea. 6, 7, 8 years later, it's a business, and you're making a difference, and you're helping other people. Man, that's it.
We've been helped along the way too. The whole veteran community. We started out. We generate this logo using PowerPoint because we're not we're not very technical guys, right? I can weld and I can repair engines, but you put me on a computer.
You can laser too now.
Yeah, so we've
gotten really good at that too. Yeah.
And during our process and during our growth and our continued growth, we've had veterans step up and say, hey, you can do this and do that, and that'll save you some time. Or let me build this file for you.
Right.
So and that's what's part of the community, and that's what makes it all better. Because, in return, we want to promote veteran businesses, especially on our site, and we got some other things that we're hoping to grow that we're not later on. But that's what the community is about, right? Is you got that trauma bond,
right?
But it goes beyond that. It's almost like having an extended family,
right?
And it's just. You'd be surprised how many organizations out there, how many other veterans want to contribute, want to help, and it's just because of that bond,
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's working out.
This is what happens when Bear wants to talk about this particular type of topic.
We just did our 5th annual Veterans Day meetup.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Buffalo Wild
Wings
deal. Yeah.
Fifth annual. Wow. Attendance was down a little bit, but it was a Monday.
Yeah.
But 5th.
Wow.
I don't know how if anybody really thinks about that, but for us, that's 5 years. We've done something annually. Yeah. And we're planning here in the near future just another general meetup. We try to do those twice a year in addition to the Veterans Day thing. Yeah. We used to. We'll probably catch some flack about this. I know I'm kind of getting off in the weeds, but talking about Veterans Day.
Tell them that.
Yeah. This kind of
they'll like this story.
Actually, this is kind of how we started.
Yeah.
So so we caught some flack for it because people thought, hey, but I don't really care what everybody thinks, or I wouldn't be where I'm at. So we would go around on Veterans Day to all these restaurants and we'd call ahead and say, hey, y'all are having, free meals for veterans. Can we get those to go? And we would go over there and we would take these meals and we would put them. We had ice chests all in the back of the truck, empty. And we'd put all these hot plates in there to keep everything warm. Mm-hmm. And then we'd spend the rest of the day driving around looking for homeless veterans and handing out this food.
Just giving the meals.
We were giving out this food. Yeah. I mean, again, the flack we called.
We were cheating the system. We were doing it for a good reason. If you ask me,
we were out there trying to help the community and hand out free food. It just gave us something to do.
Who in the hell would give you flack? I mean, who would give you flack about something like that? It's on Veterans Day. You're going to give free meals for veterans that just happen to be homeless, right? I mean, that's pretty awesome in my book. Who's the asshole that would have caught, like...
the downside of that is we ran into so many people out there holding signs up, claiming to be veterans, that when we confronted them, they're like, I'm really not a veteran.
Who gave you flack? Or you know what I answer?
Just general comments. I think what he's talking about, when you're cheating the system like that, you do kind of sometimes get a little look when you're coming out of there. They know what you're doing.
Bro, that's some Robin Hood shit.
Yeah, man. They know what you're doing.
You're stealing from the rich to give to the poor.
Exactly.
Right, and you're not even stealing. You're taking advantage of an opportunity that was presented to you, that was offered freely.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody's forcing.
We didn't go in there and negotiate terms with any of the restaurants. They posted that, hey, free meals for veterans. Okay, well,
that's a hell of an idea. I wish I would have thought of it.
And sometimes you'd have to really sell it to the restaurants. Like, hey, man, come on, I'm working today. I'm not going to have time to come. Can I just? Because they would have a no to go policy, right? You have to sit down and eat. Right. So we would find our little workarounds for that too. We'd go sit. If they said Outback, for example. They wouldn't let you get it to go, right? You can go there and get a blooming onion. Yeah. And we'd plan Outback for, kind of midday, ready for a cold beer. Let's go to Outback, order our blooming onions, sit at the bar, drink a cold one. Hey, can you put that in the to-go box right away? And then you got to cheat the system. You got, But it was something that we just enjoyed doing so much. It was just it was fun, man. We could just spend the whole day riding around. I'm shotgun. All right, where we want from here. All right, we keeping our little notepads. Or we got these are the entrees that we got so far. Okay,
we had the routes strategically placed up. We're going to start here, and then from there we can go here. And there's a Little Caesars over here. Yep. And we were just kind of zigzagging around. That Little
Caesars deal was the best though. Those lunch pizzas were we would rack up 4 or 5 of those, man, and we'd hit those.
And those were great to give. I mean, and
easy
then
to give out too.
Yeah, they were great to give out. And then when you go out there and you get to meet these people, and you kind of get a sense of, their appreciation for being remembered. They're, somebody in society has recognized that, you're a veteran. And, I don't know what led them to be where they're at, but just for that moment, you could see in their eyes that they saw someone cared,
And that's the great thing about humanity. Mm-hmm. We want to help people normally. Some of us, at least. Yeah.
And some of them you want to help off a cliff.
I do. I really do. I think, there's this subconscious spiritual part of humanity in and of itself. I've seen it a lot when disasters hit.
Right.
Even some of your biggest, baddest, meanest looking, weirdest dudes and dudettes, they pop up and they want to help because all of a sudden we talk about, that trauma brotherhood.
Yep.
All of a sudden, all of us are in the same boat at that moment.
Right.
And now,
that all goes
later,
back.
everybody else might be back on the fighting lines. But for a period of time, humanity takes the moment.
That all goes back to the purpose.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful thing. And so I'm always looking, and you can talk to Ask Bear. I'm always looking for a way to touch the hearts of community. And sometimes it's hard. It's very challenging sometimes, but at the end of the day, fulfillment and purpose is more important to me personally than just making a bunch of money and driving around a big fancy car and living in a big house. Yeah. And
that helps.
Yeah.
I mean, a nice car does help.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying I don't like having a nice car.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's not my purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
If now I'm gonna be honest, if there's a car dealer out there that would like to donate a nice vehicle for our ministry work. I'll give them their phone number. They can
absolutely.
But other than that, it's about what makes you feel good inside, what touches your heart.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, if we can touch somebody else's, it just feels good.
And sometimes it's as simple, especially in our community, right? The veteran community, it's as simple as getting someone out the house. Getting someone out the house.
That's big.
Right?
Yeah.
And
We're here.
he's looking at me. I know why too. Because I'm hard to get out of the house.
He's hard to get out of the
I'm
house.
very hard to get out of the house. But there's certain things that I absolutely adore doing. And it's things like this, right? These type of things, with Bear here and you and Jamie, just doing stuff with the community, the veteran community. It doesn't matter what it is. You know, we go to these American Legion or these, VFW things. Those aren't things that I would typically just go to,
Right.
on my own. So either he's dragging me out of the house, he's dragging me out of the house. Lawrence, you better get your ass over here. You better show up to this, right? Yeah. So I don't always, but those types of things, even if I don't feel like going, when I get there and when we, are doing whatever it is, the event that we're doing, I have never said, "Damn, that was lame. I don't know why I went to that." I've never, right? Because once you get out of the house, so people like me and others that we know, getting out of the house is just a huge step, right?
Yeah, sure.
So it helps a lot.
No doubt.
Dragging me over all over the place.
One of the coolest things, since we're talking about Echo 5, is actually having some of those organizations invite us. Hey, we want you guys here. You guys are, we want you guys here.
It really does.
And that's how we ended up, this last little deal. They, other than that, we probably even wouldn't have known about the event, but they actually called us up and said, "Hey, we want you guys here." So yeah, we went.
Anytime we can be out in the community, we try to be. We want to go to those things. We want to be out there. We want to be visible. Right. We want everyone to know that these are the faces behind the stuff on the internet, so that they're comfortable. So whenever I go and I ask somebody, a lot of times, and people get skittish on this, I'll ask in these groups, "Hey, looking for some veteran businesses. I would like to." They think that you're trying to sell them something, or you're trying to sell them I'll charge you this much, and I'll promote your business on my page. And some people get sketched out. They think and I have to explain, dude. No, I just want to blast your business all over my social medias.
Beautiful.
So that people can see your business, especially when we see one that is just really cool, right? There's a lot of different unique, better-known businesses in the Houston area.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of them. And so when we see those, we want everyone to be able to see them. We want to make sure that people see it as best as we can.
Right.
So it's free. So when people, listen, if we ask you to promote your business, it doesn't cost you anything. Promise. It's free.
And I love that.
We just want to do that.
I'm a nonprofit guy. I do a lot of nonprofit work. And sometimes it's hard to engage in those who want to be charitable, especially businesses sometimes. But if you can partner with the right people that have a heart and have passion about some things, and a lot of the vet guys, they do support vet causes. That's what's really cool about this tribe.
Yeah.
It's different in some of the other ones, but vet guys do enjoy, when possible, supporting other vet guys and ladies.
It cost me 0 cents. And the last time I checked, it cost Jamie 0 cents to promote a veteran-owned business. It doesn't cost me a dime. Why would it cost anybody else anything? Right. I have only to gain from it. So it makes me feel good to be able to do that. So I don't know, is that selfish of me? Because I feel good when I do that for people, right? So am I doing it for selfish reasons? No. It makes me feel good, and I love doing it, so I'm just going to fucking do it, you know?
No matter what, like somebody is going to turn something good that you did. You ever read that poem, Man in the Arena? Fantastic poem. Check it out. But he's talking about these people that basically talk shit that have never been there, right? You are trying to do something good. You're trying to make, you're trying to build, you're trying to create, you're trying to network, you're trying to build a community.
Absolutely.
Right? Man, no matter what you do, somebody, you put yourself out there, somebody's going to shit on you just because it makes them feel good.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
The Veterans Day meals.
You know, we've dealt with basically internet trolls. You know.
Oh yeah.
You know, we had to learn not to go after them. You know, because it damages the page. But you know, we want exposure for resources, and it's like you said, anything that you throw out there, somebody somewhere, you know, is gonna be offended, or you know, have
somebody will have a problem.
Yeah, just for the sake of creating a problem. They obviously enjoy that and get off to it. You know, we've had to learn to ignore those and move forward, you know, because we want to create that community with those resources. Hey, look, not just veteran businesses, but there's also, you know, organizations that we want on our page too. You know, if we get exposure to, you know, somebody that's in a bad place and they just happen to see this ad or this resource on our page, and they make a phone call and they change their mindset, you know, perfect. You know, there you go. It's not always about making the money. It's about creating those resources. And that's why we offer that. You know, we want people to put their resources, you know, veteran-based resources out there on our page.
Well, there's a unique thing in our culture. If I can help you be productive, and then you turn around and you help somebody else be productive, and then you help somebody else be productive, and they involve themselves in charity work, next thing you know, we're all helping each other grow, and we're actually helping more people with whatever situation that they got. And to me, that's the beauty of working together and loving each other in culture, in humanity. And so I love what you guys are doing. You're just doing it because you want to. And when you do things because you want to, it makes you feel good.
Yep.
And if you can help somebody else do that, and then they see that passion, paying it forward is a beautiful thing. And at the end of the day, I personally support those organizations that are charitable. And the more of those organizations that I can find that can provide the services that my family may be interested in, I go to Vet First because I want to support those people. But then I also want to know if they're doing charitable work for other people. And when you build that circle of survival, that circle of support, that's what life's all about, I think.